Hello, you're watching Hornbill TV's top stories of the week. Starting, the People's Democratic Alliance (PDA) organized a mass rally for the Lok Sabha elections 2024 at Town Hall Mokchung, where leaders of all the alliance parties made their presence and showed their support to the PDA consensus candidate, Dr. Chumben Muri. Chingwang Konyak, chairman of PDA and president of National Democratic Progressive Party (NDPP), presented the campaign speech. He stated that Dr. Chumben Muri was unanimously selected as the leader after analyzing him and determining that he is capable of presenting the Nagas' concerns, needs and issues convincingly in the parliament. In his speech, Chingwang addressed the ENPO's non-participation in the LS election and urged them to reach an agreement and negotiate their requirements with the government, stating that not participating in elections will result in their own loss. In his statement, Dr. Chumben Muri stated that the only rationale for having a consensus candidate is to work together to address the Naga political issues. He stated that without a Naga political solution, Nagaland will not see complete growth. In addition, he announced the formation of a political affairs committee. Dr. Muri guaranteed that the next 5 years will be prosperous and elevate Nagaland to a state of perfection. He committed to represent the 60 parliamentarians and the entire Naga population. Chief Minister Nipi Rio began his address by stating that it is only proper to refer to Mokchung as the pioneer who opened the eyes of the Nagas to Christianity and education. Rio commented on the PDA government's choice to select a consensus candidate, saying that after extensive consultation, the election board has selected the best candidate. He praised Dr. Muri as the most capable candidate to represent Nagaland in the parliament. Rio also stated that the Modi-led BJP administration in the state is the most dynamic government and that there is no alternative government other than Modi and his government, which has raised the country's economy and brought the purchase power from 5th to 3rd place. In some major setback just before the Lok Sabha elections for the Aam Aadmi Party, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was sent to Tihar jail by a Delhi court over the excise policy scam. He will be lodged in jail number 2 of the Tihar prison in the national capital. He will be kept alone in isolation lockup of jail number 2, which will be under 24-hour CCTV surveillance. Earlier, Aam Aadmi Party leader Sanjay Singh was lodged in the same jail. However, he was recently shifted to jail number 5. Earlier in the day, a Delhi court sent Kejriwal to judicial custody till April 15th in the excise policy-linked money laundering case. He was produced in the court of Special Judge Kaveri Baweja after his Enforcement Directorate custody came to an end. The ED had sought 15-day judicial custody of Kejriwal, saying he was totally uncooperative. Speaking to reporters before entering the court, the AP leader had said whatever the Prime Minister is doing is not good for the country. AAP ministers Atishi, Saurabh Bhardwaj and Kejriwal's wife Sunita Kejriwal were present in court. The Federal Probe Agency had arrested Kejriwal on March 21st in connection with the case. The next day, Special Judge Baweja remanded him in the custody of ED till March 28. Following this, the court allowed the ED's plea, requesting an extension of his custodial interrogation by 4 days till April 1st. Meanwhile, Kejriwal's wife Sunita Kejriwal accused the BJP of having only one motive: to put her husband in jail during the Lok Sabha elections. The country's people will give a reply to this dictatorship, she added. But later in the week, the AAP got a reprieve as leader Sanjay Singh was granted bail by the Supreme Court. In some appalling move this week, China has re-christened 30 locations in Arunachal Pradesh with Chinese and Tibetan names as part of its continuing efforts to assert claims over the northeastern Indian state. This is the 4th time that China unilaterally changed the names of locations in the state. The new names will be reflected on official Chinese maps later this year. The renaming comes days after Prime Minister Modi visited Arunachal, where he inaugurated the Sela Tunnel, built at an altitude of 13,000 feet, an infrastructure project that is set to ease the movement of troops in the mountainous region. India has repeatedly rejected the renaming of the places in the past and dismissed claims over Arunachal, which Beijing has claimed is part of the southern region of Tibet Autonomous Region called Zagnan. Asked about the latest move, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar told reporters, "If today I change the name of your house, will it become mine? Arunachal Pradesh was, is and will always be a state of India. Changing names does not have an effect." In some unfortunate news this week, a powerful 7.2 magnitude earthquake rocked Taiwan this week, the strongest tremor to hit the island in at least 25 years, killing at least 4 people, injuring dozens, and sparking nearby Japan to issue a brief evacuation advisory for coastal areas. The quake hit shortly before 8 a.m. local time, according to Taiwan's Central Weather Administration. The quake's epicenter was located about 11 miles south of the coastal city of Hualien, about 96 miles southeast of Taipei. Taiwan's government said 4 people had died in Hualien County and more than 50 people were injured. At least 26 buildings collapsed and about 20 people were trapped, according to Taiwan's National Fire Agency. Rescue operations were ongoing and aftershocks caused residents to flee their homes and remain outside, Taiwan's official central news agency reported. Footage from Taiwan television station showed collapsed building in Hualien with some leaning at an angle. Taiwan's Central Weather Administration gave the quake a magnitude of 7.2, while the USGS recorded it at 7.4 with a depth of about 22 miles. The United States Geological Survey recorded numerous aftershocks in the same region, including one with a magnitude of 6.5. Taiwan's Central Weather Administration said it recorded more than 25 aftershocks, after which workers then started the demolition of quake-hit buildings in Hualien the next day. Excavators were seen moving rubble from damaged buildings, and workers were seen drilling on the exterior wall of a tilted building and spraying water. Mayor Xu Chen-wei visited the site and said the government is trying to increase the awareness among the people and pull in resources from various authorities to help the effort. As the 2024 Lok Sabha elections are approaching, the Indian National Congress on Friday released the party's manifesto for Lok Sabha elections 2024, which they have dubbed as Nyay Patra. The manifesto was released in the presence of party leaders by Sonia Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi and KC Venugopal at the AICC headquarters in Delhi. The manifesto focuses on 5 pillars of justice and 25 guarantees under them. The opposition party in its manifesto stated that Lok Sabha elections 2024 presents an opportunity to radically change the style of governance that has been in evidence over the past decade. They appeal to the people to look beyond religion, language, caste and urge them to choose wisely and elect a democratic government. The party in its manifesto said that it will restore full statehood to Jammu and Kashmir immediately and added it will also launch an urban employment program guaranteeing work for the urban poor in the reconstruction renewal of urban infrastructure. The party has promised to abolish the Agnipath program and direct armed forces to resume normal recruitment to achieve the sanctioned strength. The party in its manifesto also stated that it will conduct a pan-India socio-economic and caste census. Meanwhile, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, after releasing their party manifesto, said that one needs to understand the foundation of the strategy made by RSS, BJP and PM Modi. The way Adani has a monopoly in ports, infrastructure and defense, in the same way PM Modi has made a monopoly in political finance by using ED, CBI and income tax. This manifesto has not been made by the Congress party, it has been made by the people of the country. We have only written this manifesto. Now, talking about India's highest civilian award, President Draupadi Murmu conferred the Bharat Ratna, the country's highest civilian honor, on veteran politician Lal Krishna Advani this week. Senior Bharatiya Janata Party leader LK Advani received the coveted honor from President Murmu during a visit to his home. The decision was made with LK Advani's failing health in mind. In a ceremony attended by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and former Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, the contributions of Advani to the nation were celebrated. Earlier in February, PM Modi announced that the senior BJP leader will be conferred the Bharat Ratna. Taking to the social media platform, PM Modi said the former Union Minister's contribution to the development of India is monumental. On Saturday, 4 other recipients of the Bharat Ratna Award 2024 were conferred the award on Saturday by the President of India, Draupadi Murmu. The awardees include socialist icon Chaudhary Charan Singh, former Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, former Bihar Chief Minister Karpuri Thakur, and agriculture scientist M.S. Swaminathan, who were posthumously conferred the highest civilian award at a ceremony held at Rashtrapati Bhavan. In some major decision taken by the Reserve Bank of India, the Reserve Bank of India on Friday kept the repo rate unchanged at 6.5% for the 7th consecutive time. The decision was taken by a 5:1 majority at the bi-monthly Monetary Policy Committee meeting, said RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das. An unchanged repo rate means the loan interest rates too are likely to remain unchanged. The RBI had paused the rate increase cycle last April after 6 straight rate hikes of 250 basis points since May 2022. Inflation is moving closer to target, said the RBI governor, projecting retail inflation for the current year at 4.5%. The RBI has been mandated by the government to maintain retail inflation at 4% with a 2% margin on either side. Core inflation has declined steadily over the last 9 months, while fuel component remained in deflation for 6 straight months, Mr. Das said. Robust growth prospects provide space for the policy to remain focused on inflation, he added. The RBI governor said the country is projected to grow 7% this financial year, with 7.1% growth expected in the April-June quarter and 6.9% in the July-September quarter. The risks are evenly balanced. The Indian rupees has remained largely range-bound and is the most stable among the major currencies, said Mr. Das. Compared to the last 3 years, the rupee exhibited the lowest volatility in financial year 2024. The relative stability of the rupee reflects sound macroeconomic fundamentals and external position, he added. He also said that India's liquidity situation improved in March, while the average borrowings under the marginal standing facility, which allows banks to borrow funds, moderated. Coming back to the state, Nagaland State Cabinet led by Chief Minister Nipurio this week held a closed-door meeting with members of the Eastern Nagaland Gazette Officers Association, other senior government officials and holders of important offices from Eastern Nagaland at the conference hall of the Chief Minister's residential complex in Kohima. The objective of the meeting was to appeal to the ANGOA to persuade people of Eastern Nagaland to participate in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. KG Kenya, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Power and spokesperson for the government, told a section of media after the meeting, describing the meeting as healthy, free and frank. Kenya explained that the discussion revolved around various documents and assessing the extent of development achieved so far in regard to the other political entity, the new political entity to which they are aspired for. The state government, Kenya informed, presented a concise report detailing the progress made since the issue for demand of a separate entity by the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization started in 2010. This was followed by members presenting their opinions and views. Subsequently, the state government reiterated its appeal to the citizens of Eastern Nagaland, urging them to participate in the upcoming electoral process and cooperate and work together towards finding amicable solutions. And those were the top stories of this week. See you next time. Goodbye.